Hello everyone and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park. Right now we're on the second race of the fall season, specifically the last chance qualifying. These are these guys' last chance to move up to the final and score big points. Only the top four will progress. Jeff, can you tell me who's on the grid today?
Alright, so I did get the top four. Unfortunately, I forgot most of their names already. Oopsies. But I know that starting on pole is Davidson Mann, hoping to convert his current pole position into a LCQ win into the final. Following behind him, I believe, is Preston and Colin, and I forgot who's in fourth, but I believe it is William Frazier in the hunt in fifth.
All right, I'm pretty sure we'll have an exciting race here. A lot of those names I'm used to seeing in the final and not quite in the LCQ, but it'll be an exciting race watching them defend their rightful spot in the final for as long as they can in this 20-minute last chance qualifying. At the moment, they're gridding up for their rolling start, going 2 by 2, going into the roller coaster.
Now, fortunately, we'll have those names for you when they cross the line as they get ready to go start and they wait for the green flag.
All right, and we'll go over to the flag waver. Doesn't quite have it raised yet.
Everybody's tucked in neatly. Here we go.
The flag's up. The flag's waved in there away. And they're kicking off and getting ready to get started. I'm already seeing 4 wide. Someone taking off-track route to go around through turn 1, seeing how much you can get on the outside. And they're starting to file in, but still 3 wide near the back there. 2 wide, 2 by 2. The clump of 4 in the center of the pack. As first place, Davidson Mann runs away with it as everyone fights it. Oh! Lots of dust, but I don't think anyone spun out there. Just people being very opportunistic. They're trying to make this track a lot wider than it actually is. And
3 wide into 3.
Now into turn 4, people are going to be good on the brakes. Oh, people are pushing. I saw a little bit of bumping here and there, but they survive.
Daniel Charlton got pushed out. Yeah, so during that big turn 4 squabble, I saw Charlton get pushed out, but they all keep it on track facing the same way. It looks like Davidson Mann was able to retain his lead, still holds first place. It looks like the top 4 have settled. I think that William Frazier managed. Nope, I don't. We'll see who the times are when they cross the line. It's really hard to tell from this distance, but it looks like the top 5 kind of retained their positions. As they come down the front straight, we're going to get that leading order shortly.
Yeah, Davidson Mann still in the lead, proving himself worthy to move on to the last chance qualifying. He just needs to keep it clean all the way to the end. But second and third, there's going to be a little bit of a battle. For fourth place, there's like 3 people fighting for the 1 spot as 2 people are behind. Not really teaming up to try to overtake, but try to just get that chance to overtake as they fight each other.
Update on the top 4, Baron has taken 4th place out of nowhere. I think he was starting 6th or 7th. I'm not sure where he was. But really good work from Baron today to make himself into the 4th spot, as it looks like he's compromised going down the back straight, going into 4. It's hard to tell who's where. Baron's on the outside, under threat by William Frazier. Holding that outside, turns the inside. He retains 4th place as the train forms behind him.
Very good defensive driving, and he's really making it harder for the people behind him as they start to go 2 by 2 through those sequence of corners, and he's able to break off the tiniest little bit of a gap, but they sort themselves out quickly behind and go into line and try to shorten that gap that's right there for 4th place.
Davidson's just running away with it.
Yeah,
I'll get those lap times updated, but as of last lap, he is a second faster than the rest of the grid. Davidson's on a mission, and you know, for my money, Davidson could take it easy, reserve some of his strength for the final, because going straight from LCQ to the final, that's an endurance race. I know he can handle it, but here we see down the front straight, Davidson with a pretty big gap, 2 wide, side by side. We got Colin Flynn and Kevin Mays. And round the outside goes, I think that's Colin. It's hard to tell who's who. I'll get that next lap. But brilliant move around the outside to take 2nd place. Baron's still holding 4th place, but he's under threat by both Vadim and Preston. Preston was one of the top 4 starters. He's going to want that 4th place back so he could get into the final. With a really big squabble going into 4. 2nd and 3rd place, kind of behaving-ish, but at that point, I would try to get away from the pack behind them as Baron's kind of holding them up, defending with everything he's got. Oh no, actually in 4! There was a big crash!
Oh, someone must have locked up the brakes or something. 3 people were impacted. That barrier's been shunted way out wide.
Fortunately, those barriers are really easy to fix. I didn't see what happened, But it's really unfortunate for those racers who got caught up in that squabble. Is one of the new racers. His name's Alex. We have two Alexes out here. Really unfortunate. This is one of his first races out here. Hopefully he'll come back because he hasn't been having the best day, he told me back in the pit lane. Hope to see him around more. I love this place.
Yeah, it can be really unfortunate. Like when you get
Davidson waving to the
giving us a little
camera.
wave. Yeah.
He knows he's got this. He is leagues ahead of everyone else today. What in the world? As we got a really big squabble going into one. Baron defending the inside brilliantly. Everyone else kind of making an opportunistic move by, I think that's William Frazier taking 5th place.
Oh, but someone leaves the door open and someone squeezes up on the inside, but the momentum is gained from the person on the inside as he tries to hold off going into turn 3, and he holds it off, but there's a little bit of a slowdown as momentum's lost and people are bumping each other. There's a lot of impact, and even with that bump, he loses all his momentum. 3 wide down the back straight, going into turn 4. Will they make it clean for themselves? Someone's a little late on the brakes, and they take it way out to the edge, to the limits for that corner, but they keep it clean, and they survive. Now,
really tight through 4, very disciplined. At this point, they're fighting for like 6th place. Every position's worth championship points, and this just in, we have the championship leader, Paulo Pettini, up here. Hey, Paulo, I want to say a word?
I don't know what to say. It's tied right now, actually.
Championship is tied right now. Let me actually get that championship status up. I can't get the championship status up. We'll get that later. But because of the fastest lap point from the last race, the championship is currently tied. Paulo has the lead because he placed first, but you see, Davidson is 7/10 faster than the two fighting in second. Kevin and Colin don't really need to fight this one, as Kevin defends, as well he should. Baron under threat again from Vadim, trying to pick him off for 4th place. Doesn't quite get around the outside. Baron really defending that inside. Does not want to give this up, but he doesn't want to defend too hard, because if he does, it's just going to make a train and build up that pressure. Vadim really piling on the pressure. Outside into 3. Baron defends the inside. Can Vadim get the switch back? He can, but he still has the outside. Baron defending into 4. Down the back straight. It looks like Angelo wants a piece of that too. Filing right behind them. Baron brakes really hard, and he defends his spot going through 5.
using the whole track, and Davidson still with his huge lead. It may be September, but I think his clock's a little bit forward because it's October, he's playing Halloween, and he's doing his best Paulo Pettini impression with that massive gap he's got out front.
All right, so we got a good battle for 4th. I've noticed that these LCQs, they kind of evolve into a 4th place scrap, which, you know, I don't mind. Because for them, it's the greatest race of their lives. But for the top 3, they're just meandering away with it. Davidson with a massive gap. He can, his GoPro's probably on. I guess he's just setting hot laps now. We're going to get that gap pretty soon. I'll get that timing for you as this Baron train goes down. Davidson is 6 seconds ahead of second. Baron defending the inside once more. Really wants to retain.
Huge strain, but someone gets up on the outside a little bit of turn 2 and is holding Baron narrow, but someone squeezes on the inside. It's 3 wide down this little bit of a straight as they go into turn 2. There's 4 people in there. And do they keep it together? It looks like they keep it mostly together. I'm not even sure if Baron is still in the lead here, but with all the momentum
I think that's Angelo that got a really big boost.
Yeah, but now it's 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 as they go into turn 4, and they use every single bit of the track as they try to straighten it all out, and people are vying for every little bit of position at the back of the train. 2 wide still, and then it goes into 2 wide just shortly in front of them as they struggle through the corners 6 and 7 into the bus stop. They go, and they do end up straightening themselves out.
Update on positioning, Kirk Strong is in 6th. And he is known to give really effective bump drafts. I wouldn't be surprised if Kirk Strong bump drafts Angelo to get past Baron and get a double play, and Baron is in actual danger of dropping back a lot of places if he doesn't play this smart. Lots of pressure on Baron to keep 4th place. There's a lot of competition behind him. We see Kevin and Colin going down the front straight, but actually, eyes on Baron. It looks like Kirk actually is right behind Baron. He's pushing him. That bump draft really strong. Kirk trying to get that bump draft to get a little space as he does snipes it.
And there's contact. They push it to the back of him. He's got absolutely screwed over there. I think he was pushed a little bit wide to the corner, and then he just lost all his momentum, and then someone slammed into the back of him, skirted him out, and now he's at the back of the train that he created.
I hate my commentator's curse, but I saw what happened. What happened was Baron left the door open just enough for Kirk to sneak by, clean pass, but it compromised Baron's exit, and that left Angelo a chance to try to get by, but there was unfortunate contact because Baron didn't have all the grip to maintain it, and there was unfortunate contact, and it seems like Baron got the worst of it. Unfortunate for Baron, as Kirk takes 4th place and is running away with it, and is telling the rest of the grid to eat his dust. He's just going to run away with that as best he can. Let's see what the rest of them can do to catch up to him, because Kirk has a lot of pace. And speaking of a lot of pace, we see Davidson just running away with it completely. That gap is absolutely massive.
2nd and 3rd place is still Kevin Mays and Colin Flynn.
That is correct. In that order, I believe.
Kirk is slowly catching, well, not slowly, quickly catching up to him as he forms a massive gap as to what used to be the Baron train.
This just in. Davidson is 1.4 seconds faster than Kevin Mays, as Kevin lets Colin by, I think. They don't really want to fight too much. I think that was for defensive purposes, really. They want to secure that spot in LCQ, top 4. At this point, they're just fighting for position. It'd be wiser to conserve their energy and save it for the next race where they go all out, because there's more to be gained in the next race. They just got to bring it home. As, let's see, Kirk is setting a 2nd faster lap time than Aiden in 5th. So this is starting to look done and dusted. The pace difference is just too much.
That was 1st place, and you can see 2nd place in the background. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
no, that was the lapped car. There's
there
1st
was
place right there.
Yeah, unfortunate for another racer who got caught up in, I think, that big turn 4 crash. Here comes Davidson down the front straight.
Yeah,
He's,
the actual 1st place leader.
Yeah,
and then
10
2nd
seconds
place
ahead.
is coming through.
Yeah, so I think Colin Flynn overtook for 2nd place.
No.
Kirk is caught up to them? Wow! Kirk's not done yet!
We're going to see what he makes of this group that's in front of him.
I mean, in Kirk's eyes, he has the least to lose of these top 4 people, because Aiden is 3 seconds behind. Kirk can afford to be aggressive, and just between you, me, and whoever else is watching, Kirk is known to be very aggressive. You better be watch out. I hope your defense is on point, Kevin, because Kirk's coming for you.
Yep, already he's trailing on him into turn 4. He's probably going to be better.
Yeah, Kirk knows how to brake harder.
Nose. Yeah, he's like literally bump drafting him through this little bit of a straight here.
Kirk's playing it smart. He's pushing Kevin forward and trying to get a 2-for-1 pass to snipe 2nd away from both of them. Kirk knows he has the pace. You don't catch up to somebody in 1 lap that fast. So I know Kirk smells blood, and he just goes around the outside of Light Bulb. Can he make the pass? Not quite this time, but he gets better momentum going around the outside of Double Apex, trying to make it work, and he squeezes right by Kevin, takes 3rd place. So
Shoots
Kevin
right into the roller coaster, and now he's going to be trying to get all his momentum up for this front straight as they cross the pit straight here. We have Colin Flynn with the gap and Kirk Strong right behind with Kevin Mays right there. And then who's in 5th place leading what used to be the Baron train?
That is Aiden Romine, who is 2 seconds behind Kevin for 4th. So Aiden really has to push, but Aiden's under threat by Preston right behind him. Preston, one of the top 4, a really unfortunate dropping back.
Wide.
So it looks like battle for 2nd. Kirk is right behind Colin. Will he make the move around the outside of 4? Nope, he backs out because he's gonna...
He just stays in line.
Yep, and gets a better exit to get the inside of 7.
Momentum.
A classic move! Takes it right by. That's just controlled braking as we see somebody get a little,
That's
little
the
out
risk
of 4.
That's the risk of using all of 4 in your braking for that, because he just set himself up perfectly. He had the right geometry to go through there. He had the correct angles to get as much straight line speed as he could going through there and just sniping the inside of turn 7.
That's just showing off Kirk's racecraft at this point. Oh, someone goes on!
Oh!
I think that's Baron.
Oh, this race is just not going for him. Used to be the one holding on to 4th place, but then just after getting in his eyes pushed off at the beginning in those hairpins there, after he was passed by Kirk Strong, and now in that pack, just falling off at Light Bulb. not sure if pushed or not, but his race is just falling apart.
Yeah, not Baron's day today, but he still gets championship points nonetheless.
Yeah, got to race for every position. Got to get as much points as you can. Just damage mitigation when your race is going like this.
So in terms of pace, Davidson and Kirk, who are 1 and 2, have the same pace, but Davidson is 12 seconds ahead. And Colin is right behind. So our top 4 currently are Davidson, Kirk, Colin, and Kevin. Preston in 5th place, 2 seconds behind Kevin. Gonna try to fight for that 4th place spot to get into the final, but things are not looking that great because Kevin and Preston have very similar paces. If anything, Preston is a 10th faster, but we only have 5 minutes left. We may not be able to catch up in time.
Yeah, probably not, but as that gap closes down, maybe the tensions will rise, and this is the spot for the for 4th place, the last spot for 4th place. So we have 1st, 2nd, 3rd,
So in
4th,
5th place,
and then
we
that
got
gap is closing.
So for 5th place, we got Preston, William, and Vadim. Those 3 are seemingly battling for 5th place. They have every right to battle because every position is more points gained.
And also, they just want to be on the front of the train to get that opportunistic pass to maybe luckily get into turn 4 as they go too wide into turn 3. On their way to turn 4, we got too wide down the straight. Someone's got the inside there, not sure who it is.
I can't tell either. It's really hard from this distance. I think that is William Frazier on the inside defending. I think that's William Frazier taking 5th place.
Yeah, so now with 5th place in hand, will he have the pace to quickly catch up to Kevin and make quick work of him in the short time that we have left?
Okay, so just a shout out to Preston, William, and Vadim. If all 3 of you could not wear a murky green short sleeve t-shirt next race, that'd be great, thanks. Really hard to discern them.
Yeah, bright colors are key in easy identification and commentary, but we make it work where we can.
We'll get the timing for you as they cross the line, which is going to be in about 5 seconds. As they come down the front straight, they are actually catching up to Preston. Anything can happen.
But it's the white flag. So
White
they
flag.
have 1 lap
Final
to
lap.
make this work. So is that? Oh, Davidson's all the way up here. I lost track of Davidson there. But second
Yeah,
place, we have
Davidson's
Kirk
13 seconds ahead. Davidson is actually about to lap a racer. That's unfortunate. I hope
That might be a race to watch, but things are really kicking off here as people are squabbling, getting together. I see some bump drafting going on, pushing. Oh, there's a spin in turn 4 and 5 on
That's
the
Alex.
final lap.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Alex is completely stuck there because he doesn't want to turn his car across the racing line and get hit again. But that's
Davidson
so many
coming in
points
to take the
lost.
win.
Will
there's-
he lap before the final of the race? Oh, he lets him pass.
Wait, that's a checkered flag. Checkered flag. Checkered flag. Race is
Checkered
over.
flag. Davidson wins the last chance qualifying and lapping him just at the line there. And in second place, we have Kirk Strong coming across the line, who will secure that.
In 3rd place,
But
we
fourth
got
place, it's starting to get too wide. Is he going to
Oh,
pip him on
photo
the line?
finish!
It's super close. Does he let him by it? What happened
Kevin
there?
Mays keeps 4th place
Oh, he just keeps it. He does a celebratory drift at the end of that turn
by
1 there.
by
Because
a
he put
hundredth of a
everything there.
second. A hundredth of a second. A photo finish for LCQ. So moving on to the final, it's Davidson man, Kirk Strong, Colin Flynn, and Kevin Mays. Unfortunate for Preston, who just couldn't get it at the line.
Yeah, it was really close fighting that. But yeah, Kevin Mays progresses to the final. We will see him there. He's going to get that nice amount of points, even if he finishes last in that final. And we will see you there in the next one. Goodbye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the final race of the race 2 of the fall season. Here we have our grid as they're slowing down for that rolling start 2x2. Who's on the grid today?
So the top four, from this distance I can tell, is Paulo Bettini starting pole, followed by Sebastian. In third place is Alex, a different Alex from the LCQ. There's two Alexes here. And in fourth is Silas Phil. Let's see what they can do going down the front straight as they get ready to start the race.
Yep, coming out of roller coaster, we have our pole sitter. They're starting 2 by 2. Let's go look at the look at the flag waver. He's got his green flag down.
Making sure the grid is nice and
raised.
pretty.
Yep. And the flag's waved and they're away. Let's see if we have any good jump starters. People good on the start, people bad on the start. They keep it somewhat clean.
Sebastian got a great start.
Going through there. Into turn 2 they go. They're still keeping it pretty well. Oh, but someone's off the track. They drift a little bit as they go wide on there. They didn't lose too much time. They weren't quite stuck, but they did lose a lot of momentum. They have some chance to catch up, though, as they go through turn 2. They keep it clean, although 3 wide, there's probably minor bumps going on. But down the final straight, they go into turn 4. Are these people going to be well behaved on the brakes?
Paulo dives down the inside of 4 and reclaims the lead of the race.
Oh,
There's
but
a contact!
someone's wide. They hit the brakes. They go into the barrier, push that out a little wide. He's a little stuck and he struggles to get the engine moving so that way he can get moving and
struggling to tell who that is.
Momentum.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is that got crashed out, but it's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate for their race. I can't tell who that is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all black, probably very hot in there. It's very warm out here today. I think it's...
weather is supposed to be 80 degrees Fahrenheit towards the early afternoon, so I'd say it's about 70 now as we get our leaders coming down the front straight. We got Paulo Bettini, followed by Silas Hill. Third place is Spencer Foote. Then Sebastian being chased with Sergey around the outside. That's our top 5.
Yeah, the racing's still going hard, but they're keeping straight on. Manny Hernandez following 2 people in red as they go side by side. Manny Hernandez taking the opportunistic look on the inside, going into turn 2. He has the momentum and he has the spot going up +1 through there.
Good work by Manny. He had a really good starting position in this race, but unfortunately got caught up in that turn 4 incident. As you see, the leaders coming through turn 4 right now, keeping it clean. In 6th place is Isabel Kempf, being followed by James Kempf. It seems like we've got some family rivalry out here. They're really fighting through 7 and 8.
Yeah, into bus stop, I see a little bit of 2 wide action. That's really risky there. It's very narrow. You lose a lot of momentum by going 2 wide, and that's why that train is forming right back there. It looks like we got 2 packs being established. We got the Podium pack, 2 duelists behind them in 4th and 5th, and then we got another train behind them.
Quick update, Alexander Seguin, the other Alex, who started in 3rd, is currently in 8th behind both Kempfs. Really unfortunate. Didn't quite see what happened. Hopefully he didn't get caught up in one of those incidences, but I do know that Alex has the pace as we see a train of 3 going into the first turn. Everyone is really defensive. They don't want to give anything up. They're all really close. It's worth it for them to be defensive, but the more defensive they are, the more it gives a chance for everyone else to catch up to them. But they have a really good pace despite their defensive driving.
And the leader of the 2nd pack behind the other leaders has just been dethroned, but he gets the inside line. I think that's Sebastian that's fighting for his position at the top of this train.
At the long train is definitely Sebastian. I was looking at the battle for 4th. That is Sergey in 4th, overtaking Sebastian for 5th. And 6th is, I think it's still Isabel Kempf, followed by James Kempf. Followed by Alex Seguin and Stephen Croft.
Yeah, they're really out in the line here.
Oh wait, that's William Yee and Stephen Croft, but Stephen got past him. So I think that's William Yee in 10th.
Yeah, we got some interesting racing going on as this is just this huge line behind 5th place, it looks like.
James passed Isabel, and unfortunately they are 1 second slower than Sergey in 5th. So this train is only going to get longer because they're a second off the pace of the top 5.
And Paulo leading the way.
As usual.
And then here comes the train.
All right, Isabel leads James. James around the outside.
I'm not able to
doesn't quite make it, but he's going to have good momentum. He has really good momentum outside of 2. Doesn't quite make it stick, but he doesn't compromise them as they can keep this train going. I think it's Stephen Croft wanting to try to catch up to Alex
Does it
and
look
try to
like
make a
there was a
move for
dive on
8th.
the inside there for the lead, as too wide on the back straight?
Both Kemps going at it. I think that's Isabel on the outside, James on the inside. Really hard to tell. They're both wearing similar equipment.
Well, guy on the inside definitely got it.
Yeah, that's James overtaking Isabel. Thank you, Isabel, for having longer hair. But yeah, Alex is just keeping up, and it looks like Stephen Croft is doing everything he can to also keep up with Alex. There's this really long train.
At some point in the race, Manny overtook the second guy in red because now he's at the back of the train, looking to make his way through, but someone's off.
Ooh. I can't tell if that was self-inflicted. I honestly can't.
Yeah, it can be difficult through those corners.
Yeah, that section of the track is very technical, and if you're not prepared, it's really easy to overcook it going into light bulb and just go right off.
Yeah, through top of the world. Although, he might have been pushed off there. I don't think I've ever crashed out there.
I've crashed out there before. Oh, three-way battle. It looks like Alexander Seguin's making a move for 7th on James, or no, that's Isabel Kemp defending 7th. And they're all really catching up to the squabble, letting James get away a little bit. He's got some breathing room. I think that's Alex making the move down 3, but he has got the outside. Isabel looking on the inside to try to take it back. Everybody's converging into turn 4. Please make it through.
And there's a little bit of wheels off the track, but
Really disciplined.
Isabel barely holds on, but she's just going to lose more and more as 2 people slip by her.
Yeah, so it looks like Isabel got the short end of the stick on that one. Alex squeaked his way by into 4, made it stick, followed by James and Isabel Kemp. And then behind them is that William Yee getting past Stephen Croft?
Possibly. There's still lots of minor contact going on in this train as everyone's all clumped together.
I think it is. And is that Randy Cole getting past Stephen Croft as well? Stephen might have something going wrong. Stephen's been compromised.
Yeah, something's going on. He might have shedded some momentum through that as everything was kicking off. He seemed to be starting his own train, but now that people are getting by Isabel, they're starting to run away from the front and attack, and another train is forming as someone is bump drafting Isabel through, and someone's bump drafting Steven, which is how they're able to keep up. And Manny has already made up 1 position from the back of the train now as he continues his crusade through there, catching up to, I think that's Juan Yu Kuo, I want to say.
Update, that was William Yee getting past both Kemps. Also in the mix, Davidson Mann's on a charge. He won the LCQ and is catching up to this pack. He's in the middle, like 3 or 4 cars behind the battle with Stephen Croft and Randy Cole. Randy Cole really looking to get by Stephen.
He's pushing his way through and not quite able to make it. It looks like Harb is with Davidson there.
Randy really made a good move into 7, getting right by Stephen. So Stephen is unfortunately dropping back. He's just getting swallowed. I wonder if his tires are dirty or just overcooked. It's really hot out here and it's really easy to overcook your tires.
Yeah, if all you know is how to warm them, then probably gonna burn them.
Yeah, knowing how to cool them is very difficult, especially when you're being badgered from behind by this huge train.
As the top 3 are still going, is that James Kemp with Paulo who's looking to make a move for the lead? No, he's just...
that is, in the top 3 is Paulo, Spencer, and Silas in that order. Spencer looked to the outside, trying to sniff to see if he could get a lead. Paulo and Spencer are no stranger, as well as Silas. These 3 are in the top 3 a lot. They know exactly what they're doing. Sergey's in the hunt as well, followed by Sebastian. All of them are setting very similar lap times. Spencer with the slightly faster lap time, 0.2 faster than Paulo, as they make it going through 4. We might see a lead change. Spencer's got the inside. He's gonna dive in. Paulo leaves space. Really sketchy. Spencer still has to leave space because he doesn't have the move. But he's on the inside of light bulb 2. Not light bulb 2 wide, 2 bus stop. Can they hold it? It looks like Paulo's still holding on 2 wide through light bulb. I don't know how they do it, but that gives all that fighting let Silas get in. We still have a 3-way battle for the lead, but
fourth place is catching up because of that battle.
Yeah, so all that battling did was let Sergey catch up as the top 3 retain their positions. Paulo, Spencer, and Silas in that order, but that really compromised all 3 of their paces. They know Sergey is right on their tail. We have a fierce battle for the lead. Silas taking the outside, trying to get the best momentum he can to get the over-under under Spencer, but it doesn't quite work.
Sergey's now in the pack here as he's catching up to this top 3 here. They're all bump drafting. They knew that they had their fun little battle there, but now it's time to like get back in line. But now that Sergey's in the slipstream, he's just with that pack now. How will this evolve?
I'm just gonna give an update. Davidson, man, just passed 3 people in turn 1. I mean,
Wow.
just so you know, Davidson's got the moves. Anyway, back to the lead.
Yeah, will Davidson actually catch up to the pack here? That's what I'm wondering.
might.
Because now Davidson has now already pulled a gap to the 3 people that he passed.
Oh
here.
Yeah. Davidson from 4th from last is now in 12th, so he went
And
from
Steven
21st to
Croft
12th.
fell back quite a lot there because now he's at the back of the train that he used to be leading. He must have had just like all of his momentum shattered. Maybe he fell off at the track while we were looking at the lead. I don't know because he's way back there from where he was before.
And it looks like Steven is racing really defensively, but it's not quite paying off for him. I wonder if he just maybe didn't get the right cart today. Maybe didn't eat breakfast. Eat your breakfast, gentlemen. It's good for you.
Yeah.
All right, so starting from 5th is Sebastian, followed by Alex and William Yee, Isabel Kempf, Randy Cole, James Kempf, and Davidson Mann. And
Oh, there's what happened over there?
Oi.
There's 2 carts.
that looks like a mechanical retirement. I didn't see what happened.
I'm zooming
it
in,
looked-
but I can't see anything.
Yeah, yellow flags are out. No overtaking under yellow flags, but it looks like there was a mechanical retirement.
There's 2 carts there. I think he's getting the second cart, maybe.
It's entirely possible, but that's basically race over for... Is that David? I can't
David
tell who it is,
Kostashvili?
but it might be David Kostashvili. I'll get that information for you later.
And it looks like Manny is either attacking or under attack here. Yeah, it looks like he's under attack because he had the position, but now he's lost it unless he can keep it too wide going into turn 7, and he keeps it, or turn 8, but he loses it through the bus stop, and now he falls into line, but now he's compromised by someone else behind him.
It's really hard to tell who these racers are from this distance, but I think that might be Scott Miller right behind Manny Hernandez. See the top 4 going by, still well behaved. They've all got the pace. Sebastian chasing from far behind. Sebastian's basically got 5th in the bag. Here come the rest of the racers now.
Yeah, third place scoots out to get
Alex,
the racing line because he doesn't
really?
defensive.
Oh, James Kempf got by Alex. That is James Kempf in 6th, Alex in 7th, being chased by William and Isabel. And in 10th is Randy Cole, also in the hunt. That is our top 10.
Wow. And then where's
Moving
Davidson in
forward.
all this?
Sergey makes a move on Silas into 4. Silas not happy about that move, but he made it stick. Really unfortunate for Silas. But yeah, it looks like Sergey just dove down the inside of 4, side by side, left each other space. Sergey makes the move to 3rd. Silas not happy about it, but he didn't get crashed out. Let's see what Silas can do to catch back up to Sergey.
Yeah, he wants that spot on the podium because this is the fight for the podium.
Now those podium positions, I mean, still worth lots of points, but worth even more points because at the top of the field, the point displacement is, I think it's 20 or 10 points per position as opposed to the closer points disbursement further down the grid. So you really, really, really want to be fighting for these top positions. They're worth a lot more.
And then also when you get that nice, when you get in that top 3 spot, as well as points, you also get a nice little trophy to take home with you. Nice spot on that step.
Alex really defending 1. He's got a train behind him. So we got Alex, William, Randy making a move on Isabel.
Going on.
Randy, can Randy retain the inside into 3? It looks like he's going to. Randy really brave on the brakes. Can he make it work into 3? It looks like he can. He just needs the momentum down the back straight. And Isabel
tries to capture the inside line, but
doesn't quite have the momentum
behind.
and just tucks right behind. So that's a brilliant move by Randy, taking 9th place away from Isabel. And Davidson is catching up to that pack as well. The more they fight, the more Davidson on a charge. He started 21st. He's currently in 12th.
Wanting to get into that top 10 spot if he isn't already.
Davidson's no stranger for fighting through the field. He has what it takes, and he's been showing exemplary pace today. as we see our leaders come down the front straight in the same order as last time, well behaved. Sebastian racing his own race in 5th. Really good display. It looks like Silas is starting to fall off. Silas's lap times are unfortunately about a second slower than Sergey's last lap. Hopefully nothing really happened. Maybe Sergey's just taking it slightly easier, letting the top 3 battle it out. Doesn't want to overdrive the kart because that might lead to more harm than good.
Definitely. Yeah, because it's overdriving is such like a simple mistake that is easy to fall into, because like it's easy to feel like, oh, I just need to drive harder to go faster, but in reality you're just scrubbing off all the precious momentum that you need to keep together.
The old adage, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and in all that, it looks like people are passing Alex. So I believe it was William and Randy that got past Alex, and I think Isabel also got past Alex. I think there might be something. Alex has been compromised heavily, really defending against Isabel, I believe. And Davidson caught right up to them. Yeah, Davidson's in that battle with Alex and Isabel right now. Davidson's on fire today. For my money, Davidson's the driver of the day. We don't even do driver of the day, but...
You won driver of the day.
Alright, so update on gaps. We have the top 3, the top 4 are 3 seconds ahead of 5th. And James, who is in 6th, is 10 seconds behind 5th. Or rather, 10 seconds behind the leader. So that's a 7-second gap between 5th and 6th. They're really pulling away.
Yeah, I'm tracking Davidson here as he works his way through the pack. He's right in there following along someone. If he has the slipstream here, will he try to pull out and get that inside line? He has the momentum, but where's he going to go with it? I think he just gives a bump draft to try to
Randy
give some
Cole
space.
fighting really hard against Isabel. Oh wait, that's not Isabel. Oopsies. It says on the timing screen it's Isabel, but from this distance it doesn't look like Isabel. Where's William? Yeah, William's ahead. Who is that? It might be Isabel. My eyes might be deceiving me.
Possibly. And through light bulb goes Davidson Man on the tail.
Our race leaders coming by really close together. White flag, final lap. The top 2 are glued to each other.
Now would be the time to like try to sneak out to like get any potential positions through there. At this point, teamwork is off the table. They're just looking for every position they can get for the short game. There's no long-term strategy anymore.
All eyes glued on these leaders. The top 3, we got Paulo, Spencer, and Sergey. It looks like Silas dropped back, unfortunately. We have a really tight battle for the lead. Turn 4 is one of the last remaining opportunities to pass, cleanly at least, and they don't quite go for it. Too much to lose. They're going to be relatively well behaved for most of the lap, I would imagine.
It is a long straight to the finish line, so I think what's going to happen is they're just going to want to build up as much momentum as they can and get cleanly through roller coaster as possible, and maybe even throw some cheeky bump drafts to like try to disrupt any momentum out of the straight and secure that win. But Paulo is just completely focused on like keeping it as clean as possible, because we're not going to see any last minute dives through these technical sections, and into roller coaster they go. This is
It
where
comes down to who gets the best exit going down the back straight. Here they come for the lead of the race. Spencer trying to get as much draft as he can. Goes for the photo finish. Can't even make it.
Not quite. Paulo takes the lead of the race with Spencer in second, Sergey in third, and Silas in fourth after being overtaken earlier on by Sergey. But now
Sebastian in fifth.
Right behind Isabel as he
Davidson in 11. Davidson overtook 10 cars in the span of 20 minutes. What a champ.
And it looks like the restricted carts are still out there.
Yeah. I'll ask around later to see what happened to those carts, but it's really unfortunate for whoever was caught up in that.
Yeah. Well, with the checker flag flown and our podium people decided, we'll see you out there on that podium.
Had some tight battles up near the front. Top three finished with less than half of a second between the three of them. Some nice close pack behind as well. But anyways, we're going to start off with third place for today. Also securing the best lap with 78.575. 10 points for. Third place, Sergey Kabostov. Over 78. Coming in second place, .069 off the leader. Really nice gap there. 78.723 for their best lap time. Taking second place, Spencer Floyd. And taking that top spot, controlling the race for most of it. Nice side-by-side run to the line. Almost lost it on the final lap. Get a best lap of a 78.736. When number 2 in